Okay, this is the Buchtel Watering Trough, and people come from miles around to get this water to drink, to put in coffee machines because it doesn't clog their coffee machines up, and it's just good drinking water. My wife's trying to find something to drink out of now, but I always tell everybody if they drink it, they'll die. And it's true, they will, sooner or later. But I was told when I was a kid that this water came from Lake Erie, underground river. Now, the watershed people say that it comes from a mine, but I've never seen it. Any water that came from a mine, it wasn't sulfur water, so that's one of the reasons why I believe it comes from a river. Anyhow, I know there's a lake back under there that the water comes out of pretty good. And she just got me a drink. And this is the best water in the area, I can tell you. I've drank it since I've been a kid. And we don't come down here to get our water. We did come down here to get the water to put fish in. That's another good use for it. It doesn't have any of the chemicals in it or nothing, and fish like it real well. You don't have to leave it sit out or nothing. You just put the fish right in there. But anyhow, this town was noted for coal mines and iron ore. Right on down the road here, they call it a little town called Bessemer. It had the iron ore smelting plants. And anything else you want to know about this place?
Anything you can remember.
There's a little place down here where you can stop and check the mining industry. They got a little coal mining place down here that tells you the history of not only coal mining area, but all these little towns. He's got books that tells you about the towns. And that's kind of interesting if you're out and running around this way. But it's right on 78, just before you get to Nelsonville, so it's not hard to find. Did you get you a drink, Shannon?
I will. I'm going to fill up my bottle.
She's going to fill up her bottle. Okay. You want to turn this off, Shannon?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, we're going down through Bessemer. And this is where they had their iron furnaces. And this is really part of Buchtel's for as long as I can remember. But everybody called it Bessemer. In fact, they still call it Bessemer Road right here that we're on. But I don't remember none of the iron furnaces working. So anyhow, I just know this because of I've heard people talk about it. And when I was a boy, this was everybody. Now they just say it's Buchtel, part of Buchtel, but everybody designated this as part of Bessemer. Kenny, there just with my little black Ford truck.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. That you and your mom made me get rid of. But Whitmore used to have a big greenhouse over here on the right-hand side, right over in there, on the other side, right over in there. Part of it's still there. They shipped flowers all over the whole world. That was a really big business. This used to be a machine shop right here. Used to be Sylvania, where they made light bulbs, and then they sold out and it became a machine shop. And now it belongs to Hawken College. And I don't know what they do in there now. And that's all.
Okay, this is Stewart's Opera House in Nelsonville. It has been around Nelsonville for many, many years. They still have shows here. They're postponed right now because of the virus. But the bottom of the building has been renovated into a lobby and a meeting area with a kitchen and that type of thing. And the second floor is where the actual opera house part is, the stage and everything. And it's really fascinating to take a tour of it and learn all about it. It was damaged very heavily by fire back in either the 70s or 80s, and they rebuilt it.
Twice.
And then it burned again about 4 years ago, and they have done renovations on it again. But it's they have lots of events here, and it's a great place to go and see a show and learn all about what live entertainment is in a small town. So if you get a chance, you can check out their website, stewartsoperahouse.org. And if you want to be involved, they have opportunities to volunteer to help put on productions if you're interested in that. So this is Stewart's Opera House in Nelsonville. And Stewart's Opera House also has been a partner with Rural Action for a number of years, with Vistas and or AmeriCorps members placed with them. And so it's a great partnership to bring some arts and culture to the region.
Okay, a little bit about Nelsonville that I remember growing up. This is where we did all of our shopping as I was a kid. From over in Holland, we'd come over here. They used to have a Kroger's here, an A&P store here, hardware stores, furniture stores, anything you wanted to buy, you could buy right here in this little town. You didn't have to go nowhere else to get it. They had 2 car dealerships, had a central school, and I've got a picture of the school, Shannon. If you remind me, I'll show you. It's that right there. A big high school sat right there on the square. They got a Dew Hotel down here that the president gave a speech off from the balcony. He rode a train into Nelsonville and stopped and gave a speech off the balcony down here at the Dew Hotel. There were 2 theaters, movie theaters here in town. There was one for the adult people that like to show all the love stories and all that kind of stuff that kids wouldn't want to see. Then they had one that showed the cowboy shows and the science fiction shows and all that stuff that younger kids like to see. One was called the Majestic and the other one was called the Orpheum. And used to get in for, I remember when I was a kid, for a nickel. And we used to go over to the A&P store and buy a big bag of popcorn. And we would take that in with us to eat the popcorn inside the theater, because it was a lot cheaper than buying popcorn at the movie house. And as kids, you didn't care. You just wanted what was the cheapest. And they didn't stop you. They let you take the popcorn right in there. That one, you'd never get away with that today. But, yeah, the bricks here on the street that you'll see if you ever come into the town are Star bricks. They was made right here in town, just right up on the other end of town here. And they paved sidewalks with them. So it's a nice little town to visit. Like I said, there was a lot of things, like furniture stores, clothing stores. It seems strange to come over here now and the stores are all gone. But after they built the big shopping centers and things and put the bigger stores in, these little stores never had a chance. Okay, right up the street here, behind where she showed you where the school was at, there's a cemetery. Daniel Nelson's buried in that cemetery. Now, he's the one that donated the land for the school and everything. He's who the town was named after. And on his tombstone, It says, "Farewell, my wife and children dear. I am not dead, but sleeping here, waiting in hopes of that blissful day when I shall rise and leave my bed of clay."
While you're in Nelsonville, make sure to take a walk around the square and check out cool businesses like the Nelsonville Emporium and Sunflower Bakery. The square is also home to The Hive, which is a drop-in center for Nelsonville youth, and it's a great place for us to interact with kids in normal times and do environmental education with them. And then there's also Friends and Relatives, another name for the Nelsonville Community Meal. The Community Meal, along with the Presbyterian Church, which is on the other side of Stewart's Opera House, is hosting an AmeriCorps member this year, and that is Ashley Grace. If you want to come back and check on Nelsonville later, you should consider doing it by bike, as the Hocking-Adena bike path empties into Nelsonville, and the community has been working hard the last few years to be a bicycle-friendly community.